Yeah. Guys, can you see my screen? It's visual. My voice is audible, clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So in yesterday class, we have seen that what are the types of the web service, right? And we have only gone through the high level, not in the deep level and not the practically section. Okay, only theoretical high level. So that's okay. We will go into the deep level, mid level, and the advanced level in later on. Okay, so first we can discuss the RESTful web service. After then we will discuss the SOAP web service. Okay. So if you go to the yeah, here uh, give me a second. And one more thing, guys, if you have missed any of the class, any of the recording class, so we have the recording session in this chat group, so you don't have to ask to me that provide the recording session. In the chat group, right? In the chat group here, you can see in that particular date the recording session is there. Here you can see this is for the yesterday recording session, so you can directly play and watch the recording session. Even you don't have to take it from me. Okay, even I don't have, I'm not downloading this recording session in my machine actually. So if you go through the recording session, if you miss any classes, you can go through that. Okay, and guys, please mute. Okay, so give me a second. Last time everyone call everyone, after then we can go ahead for that. And also, guys, whoever not made the payment, please make the payment. Actually, we already taken 3 to 4 classes, so I would request you, so please make the payment if you want, if you really want to continue the class. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead. Yeah, if you talk about the REST service, REST means representational state transfer, right? REST is also known as REST web service. Sometime I will also ask REST web service or REST API. So APIs and the web service, the things are clear. In the yesterday class, we have discussed this thing in detail. What is the web service and what is the API and what is the difference between these two terms? Okay, so I think you don't have any confusion regarding the APIs and the web service. If you have not attended the yesterday class, please watch the recording session. In that recording session, I have explained the difference between APIs and the web service, because it is very, very important. Sometimes it depends on to person, they use sometime web service and sometimes they will use the API, so do not get confused. Okay, so whenever let's suppose you work in the RESTful project, you get assigned in the RESTful project, right? That is the RESTful API project, right? So whenever the developer requirement, they gather the requirement, so the developer had to set some principle to be followed while designing a web service to exchange the data between the application, or make the communication between the application. So developer has to follow some set of principle actually to design a web service, to design a RESTful web service. Okay, so here you can see these all are the principles and the constraints of REST architect, which developer is following actually. Uniform interface, right? The stateless, cacheable, the layer system, and the codon. Okay, first we can discuss the uniform interface. In the uniform interface, we have resource URL and HTTP. Let's try to understand what I'm trying to say here. Okay, so I'm going to open my Chrome browser. I open the Chrome browser, and let's suppose you want you are working in the REST project, and let me explain you what did you mean by the resource URL protocols here. Okay, let me click, and let's suppose here I can make my trip. Okay, here you can see this web application I am using here, right? So first take take the example of web application. After then we will take the example of web service. Okay. Here you can see in every web application you can see there is one URL, right? There is one URL. When you hit that URL, that particular page will get displayed. Okay, but right now we can we know only URL, but we don't know what is the component here. What are the component they are using? So let's try to understand. So HTTP is known as a protocol, and after the double slash up to first slash, that is known as a host URL, sorry, base URL, and protocol plus base URL is known as a host URL. Okay, let me open the notepad here. Okay, so let me take this example. Okay, and right, so here the protocol is hypertext transfer protocol, right? HTTP. S means secure protocol. If you not use the S, that means it is not a secure protocol. It is unsecure protocol. Okay. So after the double slash base URL, after the double slash up to first forward slash, that is known as a base URL. Base URL, and then host URL is protocol plus base URL is known as a host URL, where your server is hosted. Okay, now if I click on any module, so here you can see in the make my trip there are multiple modules: flight, hotels, villas, holiday, trains, right? The multiple modules are there, right? Give me a second, guys. Studies. Okay. Give me a second, guys. Okay. So here you can see the flight is one module, the hotel is one module, villa is one module, holiday is package is one module, train is one module. So this is known as a resource. What user want? What user want? User want to book the flight. User want to book the hotel. User want to get the villas and the apartment. User want holiday package. So what user want and what user trying to do, right? That is known as a resource. That is known as a resource. If I click on the flight, if I go and click on the flight, here you can see the URL gets changed here. The URL gets changed, and you can see it here. The flight is showing here, but base URL, but your host URL is same. Only the resource gets changed after the first slash. After the first slash up to the question mark, that is known as a resource. That is known as a resource. If I click on hotel, you can see the base URL, your host URL is same. Only resource gets changed here. What user is trying to do? User trying to book the hotels. If I click on villas, right here you can see homestay is one resource. Okay, if I click on the trade, here you can see the railway is one resource. What user trying to do? Okay, after click, this is the parent resource, right? The parent resource. After that, after clicking on the flight module, the user want to search the flight, correct? User want to search the flight, so they enter the data as Delhi and Mumbai and selected the date as a 17 and clicking on the search button. Clicking on the search button, here you can see after clicking on the flight module, what is the next action the user is doing? The next action is user is trying to hit the search button. He is trying to search the flight based on the request. This request like Delhi, Mumbai and the date, right? So the search is the child resource here. The user click on the flight and after that they are searching the flight. So search is the child resource here. Flight is the parent resource and search is the child resource. So what I tell you that after the first slash, after the first forward slash up to question mark, that is known as a child or that is known as a resource. That is known as a resource. Okay, after the first question mark, after the first question mark, that is known as a query param, the query parameter. Okay, here you can see this is the itinerary is the key and this is the value. Itinerary is one key and this is decided by the make my trip, actually the designing team, the development team, which key they want to use actually. Okay, so here you can see in the query parameter, what is my query? My query is I want the flight from Delhi to Mumbai in the date of 21 or 17, whatever date we have. So that query is displayed after the question mark. This is the indication that you are using the query parameter. Okay, Delhi to Mumbai BOM, you can see, and the date, right? That is known as a query parameter. Okay, so let me use the full URL and paste it here. Okay, so resource means what user trying to do, what users trying to do. Okay, now and after the one more thing, after the forward slash, right, up to question mark, that is known as a resource. Okay, and the query param after the question mark, that is known as a query param. Okay, with key and value, with key and value, here the key is itinerary and this is the value which user is passing. Okay, now let me take some other example. If I go here and let me take Flipkart. Okay, I'm taking the flipkart.com. Here you can see in the Flipkart, HTTP is the protocol which they are using. After the double forward slash up to the first forward slash, that is known as a base URL, and protocol plus base URL is known as a host URL. Let's suppose I clicking on the mobile. I clicked on the mobile. Here you can see uh, phone, mobile phone and store up to the question mark. Right here you can see it is known as a resource. I clicked on the mobile and the phone section get displayed. Here you can see. Okay, by default get displayed. It's searching the child one. Okay, so you can see after the first question mark up to the after the first forward slash up to the question mark, that is known as a resource, and after the question mark, that is known as a query param. Here you can see the query param. This is known as a query param. Now you have the question, I have not searched the product, then why this query param is displaying here? So when you clicking on the any element in the Flipkart, it defaults the search item. It give you the default search item. Okay, but in the case of make my trip, you have to pass the pass the value, after then the search result will get displayed. But in the case of Flipkart, if you're clicking on the any product item, let's suppose I clicking on the man and going to the top where t-shirt. Okay, so this is also kind of the filtration, right? You are applying the t-shirt. Here you can see the cloth and accessories, top wear t-shirt, man t-shirt you are searching, right? Up to here, that is known as a resource. That is known as a resource, right? And after the first question mark, that is known as a, here you can see the category is O tracker, right? Sub menu. This is they are using internally. Okay, so you can see after the first question mark, you can see that is known as a query param. Okay, if I take the another example, let's suppose I am taking one banking application, icci.com. Okay, so in the icci.com, here you can see they are using the protocol. I told you if it is using the web service or web application, they have to use the protocol as HTTP. This is the medium to connect with the server. Okay, now after the first question mark, that is known as a base URL. If I click on the, let's suppose I'm going to the loan section, inside the loan section, if I'm going to the Insta personal loan, here you can see it gets changed. Personal banking loan. This is your parent, parent resource. And after then I click on the loan, right? And the personal loan, here you can see. And the pre-approved loan page, it displays the pre-approved loan page here, right? Here you can see after the question mark, that is known as a query param. Okay, so I'm giving you one very simple example. Now you guys tell me, I'm searching the hotels, right? And you guys tell me I'm searching the hotel from Goa. Checking date is 17 and checkout date is search. Okay, and you guys has to tell me that let me paste it here. Now you guys tell me what are the components here we are using. Tell me.
All protocol, base URL, resource and query param.
Host URL.
This is the protocol, and after the double slash up to the first forward. Let's define. I know these things are using, but let me tell me the value here.
HTTPS.
Okay.
HTTPS.
Okay.
HTTPS.
Right, but in this case we are using HTTPS. Okay, and tell me the base URL here.
Colon / www.makemytrip.com.
Make my trip up to here, right?
Yeah.
Correct. Now tell me what is the resource here?
/hotels /hotel listing /
up to here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. And what is the query param here?
Check-in equals 09172021
Okay.
and
so
city.
After the question mark, right?
Yes.
Correct. Now tell me one more thing. What is the host URL here?
HTTP : www.makemytrip.com. mytrip.com.
Up to here, right? Clear?
Yes.
So like that, you can specify the things. So we will use the same concept in the web service in the backend. So that's why I have explained you the UI thing, because you are frequently using this application. Okay, so when I explain you the same thing in the backend side in the REST API, you will easily understand what I'm trying to say here. Okay, now guys, one more thing, who has not make the payment, please today end of the day, please make the payment to continue the class. Okay, so some of the student has not make the payment, so I would request you, please make the payment. Okay, or if you have any update, like you will pay the payment in 1 or 2 days or on Saturday, so that thing you can please update. If you not update, then I will filter out the group actually, then I have to remove you if I don't have the update regarding the payment. Okay, if you have any problem, then let me know. Okay, but at least update me. Okay, now I will go here. So this is the uniform interface which developer are applied their principle while designing the RESTful web service. Here I have written the same thing: resource URL and HTTP. Okay, so regarding this 4 layer, we will not discuss now. When we will complete the REST concept, and then I will explain this 4 layer, then you can easily understand what exactly meaning of that. Okay, so right now this thing is very important that I have explained to you. Okay, let's come to here. Yeah, same thing I have also given the example, and I have filter out the thing here. Okay, and one more thing, what is the WW they are using? So WW is making the communication between the web client and the server. Actually, it's establishing the clients and the server. Okay, so one more thing guys, HTTP request and the response. In HTTP we have two terms, HTTP request and HTTP response. Let's try to understand these two terms. Okay, when we are sending the request, we are passing some request to the server. Here you can see this is your request, like the Goa and the date, checkout date and the room. These things you are asking to the server that I want book the hotel Goa in the date of 17. So this request you are passing. Let's suppose you are you are going to one shop, you are going to the milk shop, and what you are requesting to him, that I need one packet of full cream milk, I need one biscuit. So you are giving the you are passing the request to the shop person, right? Same thing here, we are you are passing the request. The request is Goa and the date and the checkout date and the date and the room, how many adults you have, right? The person you have. So this is known as a HTTP request. HTTP request. While we connecting with the server, we are sending this request to the server. After that, when you giving the request, like you need one milk and the biscuit, right? The shopkeeper will give you the give you that particular object, like milk or biscuit, whatever you want, right? So they are giving you that particular object. So here the server will return the response to you. Server will return the response. What is the response here? When I click on the search, you can see you get the different hotels are there. Different hotels are there, right? So this is known as a HTTP response, which you get it from the server. So one thing always remember, okay? HTTP request is sent by the client. HTTP request is sent by the client and HTTP response is sent by the server. Okay, you are sending this Goa and Friday and date and the adults, right, guest to the server. So client is sending to the server, and this thing, this result, this thing is is written by the server, right? So HTTP response is written by the server, okay, and request is sent by the client. Do not confused. Okay, this same thing we will discuss in the web service when we switch to the Postman, and then we will map the thing. There we will discuss the same thing. Okay, why I'm taking this web application example, because you are very used to this application, that's why. So when I explain this thing in same thing in the web service, you can easily grab the thing what I'm trying to say. Okay, now these tools are available in the market, which we have already discussed in the demo class. In top 10 tool like SOAP UI, Postman, Catalan, Assertable, APZ, JMeter, Rest Assure, the Postman is very famous tool. If you are using the Postman, then you have to know the JavaScript. After the Postman, Rest Assure is the very famous tool. If you are using the Rest Assure, then you have to use the Selenium and any language like Java, C#, Python, PHP you can use. If you are using the SOAP UI, then in your project, then you have to use the Groovy script. If you are using the JMeter, then Java, right? So these all are the famous tools: Postman, Rest Assure, and the SOAP UI. These all are the tool. Using that tool, you can do the API testing, and which is frequently used in the market. Okay. This thing I have already explained you in the yesterday class, the API. What did you mean by the API in very detail, right? So if you have not attended the yesterday class, go and understand the thing. What is the APIs and what is the web service? Okay. Now come to one section. Let's try to. So as part of this course, to do the API testing, we'll use the Postman tool. The Postman is the open source tool which is used to do the functional testing, to do the manual testing, to do the automation testing using the JavaScript code. Now, how you can install the Postman? If you can go to the Google, everyone, please open the Google browser and type google.com. Sorry, not google.com. Postman.com. If you go and open the postman.com, so this is the official site of the Postman. Let me close all the things. This is the official site of the Postman, right? This is the official site of the Postman. Here you can see. This is the official site of the Postman. Okay. So here you can see, the 15 million developer, they are using this Postman actually. 15 million in the industries actually. This is a huge amount which is used by the person. Okay. So it can be downloaded on Windows, Mac, and the Linux and the Unix machine. Okay. So if you go and type it here, Postman download. Postman download. If you open the Postman download, here you can see, right? If you click on the first link, this one, okay? Here you will see, download page of the Postman. So using in the Postman site, you have the download resource. Download is one resource here. Inside the download resource, here you can see the download the app, the Postman app. You can download the Postman app. Okay, so the release version is available 8.11. If you click on the download app, right, so you can see the two options will get displayed here, 32 and 64. So based on your machine, you have to download the app. Okay, if your machine is 32-bit, then you have to install the 32-bit. If it is 64, then you have to download the 64-bit. So in my case, 64-bit I'm using. So I clicked on the 64-bit. Let me provide you this link so that you can also open at your end. Okay, so everyone, please open this particular site. Please open this particular site. Okay, and everyone, you can see it here. It get downloading here. You can see it here at the bottom. The exe file get downloaded. Exe file. When it get downloaded, simply you have to click on that exe file. And here in my case, I have already the Postman. Okay, so I will not download the Postman. I will pause, right? So here you can see, when after the exe file get downloaded, you will see this icon on your machine, the Postman icon here, like that, the flying man. Here you can see, okay, the Postman, right? If you have to double click on that. After downloading the Postman, the exe file get downloaded successfully. Then you have to open that file. So guys, please do it right now. If you face any problem, then I'm here to help you. Please do it right now. It will at least you can put that on, put the Postman on downloading. Okay, put the Postman on downloading. Okay, and the another thing, you can also use, this is the Postman app which we have downloaded, right? The Postman app. Now the Postman is also the Chrome extension. The Chrome extension, if you go here and type Postman, the Chrome extension, Chrome, if you go here and check, the Postman app is also available in the Chrome extension. Here you can see. If you don't want to use this application, you don't want to download, then in that case you can use the Postman Chrome extension. So let me provide you this one also. So you have to launch this app. You have to launch this app. You can see the rating and the number of users are using this particular Chrome, the Postman web store. Okay, so if you don't want to use this particular app, the Postman app, so in that case you can use the Chrome extension. So I will also provide you that link in the chat box. You can use that one also. Okay, so you have to click on the launch app. Now in your mind you have the question that which one is the best, which one I can use. Okay, so I would recommend, do not use the Chrome Web Store app. Okay, I would recommend use the downloaded app. Okay, please use the downloaded app. If you are using this is for the Windows machine. If you are using Mac and OS, then you have to select this one, not the download app. This one, this link you have to click Mac OS, and if you are using the Linux, then this one you have to click on. If you want to try the web version, the web version is also available here. If I click on the web version, it will open the Postman in the web version. You have to sign up and create the account. So there are multiple way to open the Postman. The first one, download the application. Second one, using the open the app online in the Chrome, right, in any browser. And the third one is you can use the web store. In all three, download app, the application is the best. I would recommend use that one. I would recommend use that one. Okay. Now, when you open the Postman app, you will
Hello?
see the window. Yeah.
I'm getting the
Anyone trying
tab.
to say something?
Yes, yes. Actually, I have just downloaded that for Linux, and I'm getting
Uh-huh.
.tar folder. So
So, which OS you are using?
Linux, Ubuntu.
Okay, you are using Linux, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what issue you are facing?
You said like we will get the exe file, but I'm getting the .tar file.
No, no.
Kind of.
What option you have selected? This one or like this one?
No, no. Like I have when I clicked on the download the app, I got already like for Linux 64-bit or 32-bit.
Okay. So you clicked on this one, this button, right?
Yes, yes.
Right. So do not use that one. For the Linux or the Mac, you have the specific. You can see it here. You have to click this one.
So for me, it's coming Mac OS or Windows x64.
Can you share the screen so that I can see what you're exactly getting here? So if anyone is facing issue, then let me know. I will resolve the issue. Okay. Yes, madam. You can share your screen.
Is it visible?
Yeah, it's loading actually. Yeah, I can see your screen.
Yeah. So I'm already getting that. Like I have clicked on download the app, and it's already coming Linux 32-bit or Linux
Okay. In your
64.
case, it's already showing there. Okay, okay. It's actually identifying your machine, which OS you are using. So which bit you have in your machine? 32-bit or 64-bit?
64-bit.
64-bit. Then you can use the the lower one, the Linux 64-bit.
Yeah, I have choose that, and I got
Mm-hmm.
that like this one,
Which
Postman
one?
Linux. Yeah,
Okay. What is the extension of this particular folder?
extension means.
Extension means what they have. Yeah, go to the property. Yeah. Okay, this is the tar file. Which file it is?
Yes, yes. This is tar file archive.
Okay. Can you, so how you are handling this tar file actually? You are unzip that file or how you are using?
Yeah, I can unzip the extract that.
Yeah, you can extract that thing and inside that you will get the exe file, I think.
Okay.
Okay. So click on that particular folder. First click on that. Yeah, here you can see, go to the app.
Sign up with the free sign up only, right?
Yeah, you can go with the free sign up. Madam, first you can unzip this thing, okay, and then we will look into that, right? So
Okay.
because even I have to look into that because I have not downloaded even for the Linux machine, okay. So I have to look into that which file you have to click on. First unzip this thing, and after then we will look into that. Okay,
Mm,
fine.
this is the link we are getting Postman.
You unzip that thing, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so click on that one, the Postman one, what you are getting, click on that one. Yeah, click on that one. Mm-hmm. It's simple image, I think.
Yeah.
Just wait, it's loading it. Yeah. Okay. So it's opening your the Postman.
Okay.
Okay. So you can see it. Yeah, you can see it here. It's open the Postman app for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank
Clear?
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. You have any questions, sir? Chandra?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, the user has been taken. I guess great means it is something. The name is problem.
Can you share your screen? What issue you are facing? I can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, already I think so.
Hello.
Yeah, I'm sure. So that
Guys, if you have any query, then let me know. Then I will resolve the Postman issue. Because when we start the testing, we will use the Postman. That's why I'm asking you.
able to see. Mr.
Yeah, it's loading actually.
Here I think so some user ID problem. What I given, but I'm
Okay.
changing so many times it is not taking.
Let me check it. It's a blank screen, sir. Yeah, it's not clearly visible. It's black. You can reshare the screen and entire window you can share.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
shared.
now I can see.
Here, see here. This one. I changes the options.
So here you are trying to sign up, right? You have to click on create free account.
Yeah, I clicked that one. But now I done right. I change it still.
Okay.
Has to come. Now it is great.
Done. So it's opening your Postman. It will take time because you are opening the first time. That's why. Welcome to the Postman. You can select your name and the profile picture, right? Okay. Which role you want to, or you can directly select continue. No problem. Okay. Team name. Continue without a team. You can select. Because this thing we will use in the real time. Actually, this thing is provided by the company actually, so you can continue without a team. The option, the top of, yeah, below option, you can use continue without a team. Continue without team. Sir, in the bottom you can see one option. Yeah, good morning Chandra. Okay, so here you can see it get open. Go to the workspace. Go to the workspace and select my workspace. Yeah. Okay, sir. Done.
Thanks.
Yeah. Anyone other one is facing issue, then I will resolve that issue otherwise. Anyone or everyone, working fine at your side. Okay, then let me share my screen then. Yeah. Can you see my screen, guys? Can you see my screen? Hello.
Yes.
Yes, we can see.
Okay, fine. So when you open the Postman, here you can see, go to the workspace, right, and select on the my workspace, right. So you will get the, the collection. Here you can see this is the Postman UI. Okay, you can see the collection, the API, environment, mock server, monitor, and the history. Okay, so let me close all the things. Do not save, do not save, do not save. Okay, so for this particular class, I'm going to create one collection here. Go to the workspace, right. Workspace means, so when you assign in the project, with your project name, the client will create one workspace to you. Means for the team, actually not for you only, for the team. Okay, so whenever you get assigned in the project and you are working in the, using the Postman, right, the client will provide you the workspace name, right, or they will create the one workspace for you, right, and in that workspace you can add the collection, environment, APIs, request. So inside the workspace you can add the multiple collection, environment, and the APIs. What are the things related to the project you can add inside the workspace? Okay, if you click on the workspace, if I click on the new workspace, here you can see it here. Let's suppose I'm giving the name API test, API REST API test. Here we are giving the name REST API test. Okay, B6. Okay, summary to test the REST API. This thing is done not by you. In the real time, this is not done by you. So you don't have to worry. This is done by your client or your manager or your team lead. They will create one workspace for all the team members. You have one common workspace. Inside the common workspace, they will add all the project related file, the REST service file. Okay, so to test the REST API, right, here you can see they will create one group inside the Postman. They will create one group, and inside that group they will add you. Here you can see, they will add you. Let's suppose I have, if they want to give personal wise, so they have to, here you have to, the personal wise means the one person can see. If they create the team, then whatever the team member, if I add here rahul@gmail.com, whatever your company ID is, right, so they will add it here. So you will get the access of that. You will get the access of that. Okay, so here we are selecting the team member, the whom you want to give the access of this particular workspace, who can see this particular workspace. Okay, so this thing is done by your team lead, by your client, or by your not by the developer, by your manager. Okay, who is responsible for that concerned person will give you this thing, the access. Okay, so after that you have to create on workspace. They will create on workspace. So your workspace will get created here. Here you can see REST API test B6, right. This is your workspace. Inside your workspace you can add your collection, environment, APIs, request, right. So we will discuss all the things, what is collection, environment, and the API. Right now understand the workspace. First thing, the workspace is created by your client, okay, and by your team lead or by your manager. Whenever you assign in the project, they will give you the access of this workspace, right. So you have to just download the Postman app, and they have to use their domain. Actually, let's suppose you are working in the Infosys, right, so they have to, they will provide you the domain, which domain you have to use, and they will give you the workspace, which workspace you have to use, right? Inside the workspace, you can add the collection, and we are storing all the project related information here inside the workspace. Okay. Now,
How to create it?
sorry, come again, sir.
REST API, this one I added, right? That one, how to add that? Starting.
How to add workspace?
After workspace, we need to add the group, right? What you're showing that now, REST this thing. Can you go that Postman? Yeah, this one.
Okay.
REST API you created, right? Where to go and create that? Workspace.
Yeah, here you have to go. Click on the workspace. Okay. Here you will see the option new workspace.
Okay, fine. Okay.
New workspace. Here you can give the name and the summary. Who can visibility? You have to give the visibility. Whom you want to give the visibility. Here you can pass the name of that person. Okay, and create workspace.
Okay.
Clear?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Okay, so let me go to what is my workspace name? This one. So click on that. Okay, so we downloaded the Postman, we created the workspace, right? Inside the workspace, here you can see it here, the collection. Here you can see the collection. Okay, so on the right left hand side, here you can see different menus are there. The collection, APIs, environment, mock server, monitor, and the history. So if you click on the collection, here you will see one plus icon. Guys, please listen carefully, because this thing you have to do at your end to do the practice. Okay. So here you can see the collection, right? So if you click on the plus icon or this create collection link, either you click on this plus icon, either you can click the create collection. If you click on the create collection, right, the by default the collection name is new collection. By default the collection name is new collection. Here you have to give the collection name. Okay, let's suppose guys, anyone give the project name. Anyone can suggest which project name you want to use for this class. Anyone can suggest the project name. Anyone can suggest, like project name could be anything, so you can suggest, guys, which project you want to create, the name of the project.
API training.
API train. Okay then. API train. Okay. Your API, can I put it here? So more clarification, REST API train. Okay. REST API train is your project name. Okay. So the workspace is created by your client or by your team lead or by your manager. Who is the concerned person, the responsible person? They will create the workspace, right? After that, here if you click on the plus icon, you click on this plus icon, you will create one new collection. By default the collection name is new collection. If you click on the edit, here you can pass the project name, right? So let's suppose you are, your project is new. Your project is new. You assigned in the new project. You are working on the from the scratch level. So in that case, the collection name you have to put name of the project. Name of the project. So in your mind, you have the question, what collection name you have to put it. You can give the project name as the collection name. Okay, and enter. So you can see name gets changed here, REST API train. This is your project name. Now the question is, what is the collection here? What did you mean by the collection? Here you can see this collection is the empty. This collection is empty here, right? because we have added the fresh collection, and the collection name is REST API trade, and workspace name is REST API test B6. Okay, now what did you mean by the collection in the Postman? So collection means group of folder, the group of folder, the the collection of request which we are sending to the server. It is collection of request, that is known as a collection. The collection means group of request which we are sending to the server, that is known as a collection. Okay, so again I am explaining the same thing. Collection means group of request. Ignore what is the request, ignore. Just understand it is a group of request. Inside the collection, we are adding the group of request. We are adding the request inside the collection. Okay. Here you can see one link is here. Add or request. Add or request. So inside this collection, you are adding one request. Here you have added one request. You can see it here. You can see it here. Get new request. You can see it here. Okay. So here you can give the name of the, by default, the request name is new request, right? And here you have to select the method. You can see different method are there. And here you have to pass the URL, and here you have to pass the body. Let's understand this concept. Listen carefully and let's understand this concept. It is very, very important, guys. Very, very important. Okay. So let's try to understand. If you are using the REST project, if you are using the RESTful project, in the RESTful project, I told you what are the method we are using. Method means verb. Post method, get method, put method, patch method, delete method. If you see that diagram where I have explained you this diagram, yeah, here you can see in RESTful web service what are the medium and the methods we are using. HTTP is one medium, and the method we are using post, get, put, patch, and delete. Let's try to understand these things in detail, right? So let's suppose, guys, I'm explaining you one very good story. Let's understand first theoretical section, because if you understand, I believe, guys, I know the practically is very important, but I personally believe, based on my experience, if you understand the theoretical concept now, when you implement the same thing in the practically section, then it will be very easy, and you can set up that thing in one setup, in one single. You are not investing much more time. If you explain the concept, if you explain the theoretical concept, right, and for the interview purpose, right, only practically is not important, right? You have to also give the answer, right? So the theoretical is also important, I believe personally. Okay, so first let's understand the theoretical things. Okay, I will explain you one very beautiful story. Let's try to understand this story. I want to open the account. I want to open the account in State Bank of India. I want to open the account in State Bank of India, and it is located in the Old Delhi, right? So I come to the State Bank of India, and I entered into the State Bank of India in that particular branch, and I'm asking to the bank employee that, hey, bank employee, uh, I want to open my saving account. I want to save my money. Actually, the PM Modi is also asking to make the things either digitalized, right? So I want to open my saving account in your bank, in your State Bank of India. I want to open. Then the bank employee is asking to to the customer that okay, I will open your bank account. Okay, I will open. Okay, so when the bank employees open his application, State Bank of India application, right? And they start creating the account, right? So while creating the account, I think, have you noticed they need some information, right? Like your first name, your last name, your date of birth, your Aadhaar card number, your PAN card number, your email ID, your income, your you are married or not, agree, your local address, your permanent address, agree or not, agree, right guys?
Yes.
Right? So when the State Bank of employee creating the account of the customer, right? So in the application, in the backend side, in the web service side, it's calling to the post method. Whenever you are creating any resource, whenever you are creating any data, not only the bank account, anything you are creating, like you want to open the bank account, you want to open, create it here, any application you want to create, you want to book the ticket, you want to here you are sign up, create an account, right, in the Postman, right? So in the backend side, it's calling to the post method. In the backend, in the web service, in the RESTful web service, whatever the service they are using, okay, so they are calling to the post method. Here it called to the post method. So whenever you are creating any account, anything, not only account, whenever you are creating anything in the backend side, it's calling to the post method, the first thing. Okay, now the bank employee, the bank employee open the account. Guys, I will take only 5 minutes. I know the time is over, but please do not leave the class. Only 5 minutes I will take. Okay, and one more thing, guys. Tomorrow is, we have the class tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday Sunday is the, we don't have any class. Then we will meet on next Monday. Tomorrow we have class, same time, 8:30 to 9:30. And also, guys, please make the payment. After then I can share you the document. Who has done the payment today? I will share the document with you guys. Okay, you can go through that. So I would request you. We have taken 4 classes. Please make the payment. Okay. Now I will take only 5 minutes. Only 5 minutes. Let me explain my story. Okay, I'm pretty much excited to tell you that story. Okay, so I created the account. So in the backend, it's calling to the post method. Now the bank employee created the account for you. Now you are too much happy, guys, that I have also the State Bank of India account. I have the saving account. I have the bank account. Right? I can save my money. I can do the transaction. Now you are very happy. Okay. Now, bank employee want to get the detail of the account is get created, right? After that, you want to download the detail. You want to see the account, see the information of that account. Let's suppose Vikas Kumar Shah opened the account in State Bank of India. Now the bank employee want to check that account, how many is balance and how many, what the permanent address is, what is the type of account. So in that case, they are using the get method to read the data, to extract the data, to fetch the data from the database, from the server. So they will use the get method. Here If you are trying to do any action to get the data, to extract the data, to download the data, in that case you will use the get method. Same thing we will did here. Let's suppose you want the flight. Okay, so you want the flight, you are searching the flight from Delhi to Mumbai and the 17th. What action you are doing here? You are trying to fetch the data. You are trying to fetch the data, right? So if you are clicking on the search and if you go to the inspect element, and here you can see it here. If you go to the network section, if you go to the network section, give me a second. It is still loading actually. So it's still loading. Here you can see the get method, because you are trying to fetch the data. You are not trying to create the data. You are trying to get the detail actually. What is the detail actually? So it's calling the internally, it's calling to the get method, right? So whenever you are trying to get the data, fetch the data, in that case internally it's calling to the get method, right? Now after some days, I am very happy. I come to the home and I'm asking to my wife that hey, I have opened one saving account in the State Bank of India. She is also very happy, and she is well educated. My wife is well educated, right? And then he checked the account. It looks like it's very good. Then he see that by mistakenly, while creating the account, instead of wife name they mistake the surname. Then wife becomes very angry to his husband, that how you can forget my surname, while creating my account, right? Then everyone is scared from the wife, from his wife, right? So even I am also, when she angry, right? So what happened? The husband, after a couple of days, going to the bank, right, and asking to the bank employee that, hey, bank employee, you have entered the wrong detail. My wife's surname is mistake there. Could you please update the detail? So tell me guys, one general question I'm asking you. When the customer go to the bank and he's asking to, could you please correct the my wife surname, then is bank employee create the new account for that customer, or they will update the same account? Tell me.
Update the same account.
Update the same account. Same thing, what the bank employee is doing, they will update the account. So they will use the internally in the REST API, it's calling to the patch method or put method. I will explain you what is the difference between put and patch. Let's only understand they will use the patch method to update the data. The bank employee, internally it's calling to the put method or patch method to update the data. Patch method or put method, right? So it is not only regarding the wife surname, right? If by mistakenly you pass the wrong email ID or wrong phone number and you want to update that thing. So what I'm trying to say, if you want to update any data into the existing account which you have opened, in that case you are using the put method or patch method. Okay, clear? Now after the bank employee updated the data, and the customer is very happy and asking, giving the thank you to the bank employee, sir, you are very helpful. So now my wife will be very happy. So he coming to the home, and he busy in his daily life, and he can't save the money. Actually he can't save the money. and bank is charging the amount, the credit, the debit card yearly charges, and the other charges are also there, right? Even he can't save the money actually and put the money into his saving account, right? And he is not much more familiar with the internet banking on all the stuff. Okay, so after some days, both husband and wife decided that he don't want to continue the account, he want to, and his wife is giving the suggestion always time in every home, the wife is giving the suggestion. Okay, so wife is giving to the suggestion to the husband that go and remove the account, we don't want to continue because there is some, I'm not, we are not afford that account, right? So the customer going to the bank employee and asking to the bank employee that, sir, I don't want to continue this account, could you please delete this account, right? Could you please delete this account? So in that case, in the backend side, it's calling to the delete method, delete method, delete method, delete method. Okay, delete method, right? So again, post method to create the data, get method to read the data, fetch the data, to extract the data, put method, patch method to update the data. And there are more difference between put and patch that I will explain you in that particular topic. And delete method to delete the data from the database, right? So this is one story which I want to tell you. Okay, and we will do the same thing practically in tomorrow class. Did you like the story? Okay, right? So we will continue the same class in tomorrow. If you have any question, then let me know, guys. Okay, in tomorrow class we will, in my class you don't have any complaint, right? I will explain the thing from basic level, from basic to basic level, so that you can easily understand from mid level to the advanced level. Okay, if you have any query, then let me know. This is the query session. We can, you can ask me the question. If you don't have any query, then you can quit the call and you can continue your work. Okay, now guys, it's your turn to ask me the question. If you're facing any issue to installing the Postman or anything, then let me know.
Sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, madam. Tell me.
Can I share my screen once?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
This is I got this after downloading that. So is it already logged in? Because I didn't get any login credentials or anything.
Okay, so here you can see sign up is there. Can you see it here somewhere? Okay, it's by default it's taking your name. Here you can see, if you can you see here sign up or signing somewhere, you can check.
I mean, that's not upgrade.
Okay, no problem, madam. Here you will see. Okay, remove this thing. Remove. Here you can see the workspace is displaying at the top. You can see the drop down. Yeah, click on that drop down.
That's a new collection or this workspace?
Yeah, this one. Click on that. Here you can create the workspace. Create. Can you see the workspace? Create new.
Yeah.
Create new. Here you can create the workspace. Okay, give the name. And
Now
create.
I can
Yeah. Okay, now go and select that particular workspace in the same drop down. Yeah. I think, ma'am, one thing you can do, what is the version? Can you see the version here? I think it seems like it is the old version. I think because
Yeah,
in the
that's
old
great.
version, the Postman, it looks like actually in the old version of the Postman, and that was not much more user friendly.
Okay,
So
okay, okay. I will update that.
yeah, if you go to the setting icon, go to the setting at the top, you can see one setting icon is there. Setting. Go to the Postman. Yeah, here you can see there is something update or something like about. Yeah, you click on that. And here you have to go to the one section is there. uh, Close this thing, close. Close this window. Ma'am, are you doing any action? Because at my end it freeze, it's not close.
Yeah, it's from my side also it's freezed. I think there's
Okay,
some
okay.
network issue. Yeah.
So no problem, ma'am. Let me share my screen and let me tell you where it is actually. Okay. So let me share. Okay. So here, if you can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Here you can see one setting is there. In your case, some icon is there, some wrench
Mhm.
icon. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So you can click on that, and here you can go to the setting, and here you can see one option is there, update. Okay, and here you can see this is my updated version, right? And if you want to check for update, so in your case it looks like the disable one. Okay, so you can check for update. In my case, let me check. I have older version also. Let me open that older version if I am not wrong. Let me open the older version also. Give me a second. I have the older version also. Let me open. Yeah, it's loading actually. So let me check it is older or let it get updated. Let me check. I think it is older one. No, it is not older one. No problem, madam. Just you have to go to the setting and you have to update your Postman. So
Okay,
you will
sir.
see
I will do
that
that.
particular. If you're not, you are still face issue, then let me know. I will help you.
Yes, sir. I
Okay.
will let you. Yes, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you, sir.
We'll discuss the things in tomorrow class. If you have, if you face any issue. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyone having any query, then let me know. No. All good. Okay then.
Because
Yes, sir. Tell
because I
me.
have one question.
Yes, sir.
I
Tell
have
me.
I have downloaded and I have signed up with my credentials. Okay, the Postman,
Mm-hmm.
and I am using extension or I am using online and or I am using through the Linux machine. Let's suppose
Mm-hmm.
1 month after. Then can I log in with the same credential on all the workspace will be shown over
Yeah,
there?
you can log in. You can log in. but the login will not affect it if you are using in any OS. Okay, but you have to download the Postman app into that particular OS, and then you can use the same credential as well.
No, I want
It will
to
not
use
affect.
the web version or extension version.
In the lineage.
Anywhere globally means anywhere I can log in with the same credential.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Anywhere you can log in. If it is the
I,
web version or it is an app, you can.
and it will show me the workspaces I have previously created.
Yeah, it will show there.
Okay. Okay.
It will not get removed actually. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys. If you don't have any query, then we can meet tomorrow and we'll continue the class. If you have any query, then still I'm here. No? Okay, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.